Everybody loves the guy that they hired. Everybody. We like the guy that they hired. This part of the show, though, is about whether we like the team. Big difference. Big difference. UCLA was 3-9 last year. Credit to the coaching staff for kind of pulling it together, at least initially. They beat Penn State.
The interim coaching staff, yeah.
The interim coaching staff. Yeah. Because, the previous regime was kind of a disaster.
Yeah.
It did fall apart later in the year when they lost their last 5 games by like 30 points on average. But it all made way for a new coach, what feels like, if you believe media reports, to be a very exciting new era. So that guy is Robert Edward Chesney, known by some, less initiated, as Bob. 21-6 in 2 years at the helm of James Madison. He took over for Curt Cignetti. There are comparisons to Cignetti and the Cignetti model on what Cignetti did at Indiana. It is worth noting, Bob Chesney, Curt Cignetti were not on the same staff at JMU. Okay? Doesn't mean he can't do what Cignetti did.
Curt Cignetti never took JMU to the college football playoff. Fact check,
also
true?
Also true.
Yeah.
Also very true. But it's not like there was a magic trapper keeper that was just given to Bob from Curt, and this is how you're going to do it now when you go to UCLA. I don't want anyone to get that impression.
Okay.
Vibes are very high at UCLA. They are immaculate. Recruiting, donations, energy around the team. Nearly everything is better. Bob Chesney brought 41 players via the transfer portal. You factor it all in, they're actually 9th in the nation in returning production. So there's some experience here.
Yeah.
There's some experience here. It is an assembly question, right? It's less checkers. It's not chess. It's Legos. How are we building this with all these new pieces that they're bringing in? He also brought staff with him from JMU, as he did, I guess, 10 other players that came with JMU. Notably, Wayne Knight. Where's my sound?
Hello, Newman.
Thank you.
Wayne Knight, 5'9", 190-something, kind of a bowling ball with us.
Yeah. And there's other good running backs in that room. Yeah.
Other good running backs. He also got some help at wide receiver, tight end, offensive line, defensive line, linebacker, you name it. What are your questions about this team?
All of them. All of the questions are questions I have. When I wrote must improve, basically everything, talent, production, consistency, pass rush, offensive pop, red zone, third down, you name it. Now, that's from where UCLA and those players were last season, which is not terribly relevant to how they're constructed this year. But UCLA fans want to see things that they weren't able to see last season. Look, to me, it's a line of scrimmage thing with UCLA in this conference against this schedule. They start quickly. They have Cal, I believe, on the road.
Yep.
You better hope you can get some pressure on JKS. That release is quick. Yep. So there are strengths to this UCLA defense, we think, based on what we've seen out of James Madison players and some returning guys. And the Oklahoma linebacker coming in, they'll have talent on this defense to cause teams some issues. I mean, look, this was one of the worst defenses in America last year.
That was my point.
Yeah.
There is nowhere to go but up.
Correct.
Colin Hitchler is the new defensive coordinator. This defense was atrocious last season. He's got a system that tends to adapt more to the personnel that he's got on hand. He likes versatile guys who can play a bunch of different positions, especially in the secondary. I think they did a good enough job in the portal, especially on edge. And I'm optimistic that they're going to look better. They look fairly deep in the secondary for whatever that's worth to you.
Yeah.
I think teams are going to be able to bully them up the middle.
That's the thing.
But by and large, it's hard to imagine the defense gets any worse. It just has to be better than it was.
Yeah. Interestingly enough, there's a lot of the teams on this schedule are not looked at typically as being power rushing teams.
No, not at all.
So
not at all.
Not that they won't do it successfully against UCLA. I have down, if things break right and the good teams are able to take advantage, I think 6-6 is the ceiling this year. Just because look, Nico took a team to the playoff, I understand. But with the line that's in front of him, I'm still not sold on what he has at receiver. I'm not sold on their ability to get off the field quickly, even though I do like this James Madison defensive coordinator a good deal and what they're bringing over. They're just thin. They're just so thin. Playing against both Cal and San Diego State is not nothing these first couple of weeks. San Diego State's been a pretty decent program lately. So if Bobby C and the Bruins can get to 7 wins, he's the Grand Marshal of the Rose Parade. He's going on Kimmel. He's, he's doing the whole like LA celebrity thing.
Terrific hairline. Great hairline.
He's made for it. But I think he's going to get there. He's recruiting like he's going to get there. He's building a culture like he's going to get there. I think UCLA is, if they continue on this path, we're suddenly upping ceiling to 8-9 wins, at least in the short term. It just feels too thin to feel any more optimistic than 6-6.
I also really like Dean Kennedy, who is their new offensive coordinator, also comes over from James Madison. I want you to get the sound ready, because if you listen to him talk, he wants this offense to be more explosive than iceberg lettuce stand.
Diarrhea.
Thank you very much.
Diarrhea.
Thank you. Thanks, Morgan Freeman.
This is a run-heavy system. They like to include the running back, or the quarterback, in the running game. If we could talk about skill talent if we want.
Sure.
I don't know if we need to go that
Nico
deep
can
into
move.
this. Nico can move. I like Nico a lot. I think he's better when he's on the run, not when he's just static and sitting in the pocket. My expectation is that this offense is going to play into that. The spring reporting was all very positive on Nico, taking a command, finding new ways to be part of this team, taking on a leadership role, which I think is good for him. Eventually, they are going to play defenses that can keep him in the pocket, that can overstress the line. I think that's when we'll see what this team is really made of. But back to your point about the offensive line, that is also my question, right? This is a scheme that I think wants to be heavy on the run. What kind of line do they have? Well, it's composed of guys from James Madison, South Alabama, Boise State, and Harvard. And I believe one guy's still from UCLA.
Listen, Harvard was a quality team last season.
No disrespect to these guys.
Yeah.
None whatsoever. Big Ten is a step up.
Yeah.
Big Ten is a step up. JMU got annihilated by Oregon's defensive front in that playoff game. How is a line built mostly from G6 and FCS guys going to hold up against a Big Ten schedule? That's my concern.
Oh, man.
I like Wayne Knight. I like Wayne Knight a lot. Where's my sound?
Hello, Newman.
Thank you.
I think he's going to have a good year.
There's there's going to be a lot of pass rushers on this UCLA schedule.
6-6 is also the ceiling for me.
Okay.
I'm going to say 6-6.
Now, to be fair to Bobby C, he wins everywhere.
He does.
Patriot League, Sun Belt, he's a good coach. So whatever edge they can get, if they have health luck, if they have luck with regard to other teams' health and issues, you never know. But I'm with you. Thanks for watching, and thank you for at least considering subscribing to the channel. It means a ton.